'tis the season for those oh-so addicting holiday movies.
We're gonna have a Christmas museum
where families gather,
Christmas cookies!
hometown hunks wear no masks, and the 6 feet apart rules don't exist under the mistletoe.
True love is worth waiting for.
But how do you know when it shows up?
Time will tell, Miss Turner.
What's been a yearly tradition, this season, a pandemic miracle.
Joy, peace, hope.
It's very much background noise that's comfort food. It's just about Christmas and everybody, living happily ever after.
This year, the options are endless, from Netflix
off with their heads
to Lifetime and the gift that keeps on giving, Hallmark Channel. This year's Countdown to Christmas lineup celebrating an all-black leading cast in a channel's favorite franchise.
In 18 and 19, there was a few Christmas movies with people of color as the leads. But in 2020, it feels like there's still a ways to go, but a giant step forward in making it to where people can see themselves on screen.
I mean, their tagline is the heart of the holidays, and you have to represent the full spectrum of humanity within that for their holidays and their story.
And then this, the very first same-sex kiss for the channel.
I knew immediately that, the gravity of how many lives this movie was going to change. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks.
Jonathan Bennett is one of the lead actors in Hallmark's The Christmas House, the first holiday movie with a storyline centered around an openly gay couple. His character Brandon returning home for the holidays, bringing with him his husband and a bundle of emotions as they both await the adoption of their first child.
We're having a baby.
Our adoption finalized today. We've been close before, but that little boy's coming home.
That's what the biggest part of The Christmas House, for me personally, was the representation of 2 men in love, married, in a happy, healthy relationship, trying to start their own family. That's never been seen on Hallmark before.
And what an honor it must be to get to be the one to bring that story to life.
I didn't have representation like this growing up. We didn't see people that looked like us in movies, and to feel that representation for the young Jonathan sitting up there in, tiny town Ohio, in the middle of nowhere, who is gay and maybe has never told anyone because he's afraid, and maybe his parents aren't supportive, or maybe he doesn't know who to tell or how to do it. And he's watching a movie with his family, and you see someone that looks like you. It gives you hope that you're going to be okay.
And if Bennett looks familiar, here's a throwback for you.
Well, gruel.
But the Mean Girls heartthrob says this latest role is even more fetch.
That is so fetch. Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen.
Do you hope, though, that maybe now this is the role you'll be known for?
I'm never going to be mad at being Aaron Samuels. Mean Girls is a movie that brought so many people joy. But at the same time, The Christmas House and playing Brandon is my favorite role I've ever done, because to me, this was the role that mattered to people.
After more than 500,000 tweets like these started popping up as far back as this summer, the Hallmark Channel cashing in, premiering its Countdown to Christmas in October. Since then, the cable network says more than 38 million people have tuned in to watch.
To be able to turn on Hallmark Channel and know I'm going to see families around Christmas time, like I'm going to miss my family, but it's going to give me that feeling that I'm looking for around the holiday season. And there's something beautiful knowing that Hallmark is providing some sort of escape in 2020. I think we're all wanting to escape 2020 at this point.
And when it comes to letting viewers lose themselves in a holiday storyline, Chris Columbus is a master. He wrote Gremlins and directed one of the highest-grossing Christmas films of all time. 30 years after its release, Home Alone is still making us laugh and find a new appreciation for family.
Kevin!
I didn't realize it would have the longevity it has. When we were making the movie, the mantra to the crew was, let's make it look and feel timeless. So, and I said at the time, 20 years from now, when people are watching it on TV at 2 a.m, it'll still feel fresh, as if it were just shot yesterday. The funny thing is, it's 30 years down the road, and I think it's on television every day.
And Columbus is once again in the director's sleigh, this time for Netflix's biggest holiday hit this year, The Christmas Chronicles 2.
Welcome to the North Pole.
Santa! Featuring Kurt Russell as Santa Claus and his real-life partner Goldie Hawn as Mrs. Claus.
That is the Christmas star.
Created by the forest elves in 312 AD.
The star protects us and keeps us hidden.
They've been together for almost 40 years, so they could finish each other's sentences. So as a result of that, they bring to the set a tremendous amount of chemistry between the two of them.
Within Columbus's new movie, nods to some of his greatest hits, from Harry Potter.
I wanted to open up Santa's Village in the same way I dealt with Hogwarts and Harry Potter. When we walked onto that set for the first time, it was the biggest set I've ever been on, including the Potter sets. This set was bigger than the Great Hall.
To, of course, Home Alone.
I am trying to get home to my 8-year-old son.
And you see all of these little Home Alone tributes. Were all of those intentional?
Here's the thing, and I swear to you that I wasn't aware of any of that until the day I got to the set. It's because it's subconsciously somewhere in my brain, and it wasn't intentional.
But what is intentional is the thread that runs through all of Columbus's holiday films, the inspiration he pulls from other classics.
I think the most classic and wonderful scene in any holiday film is the end of It's a Wonderful Life.
Merry Christmas!
It's the most moving scene almost in any film for me. And that is a movie that just fills you with hope. I really feel that that's my mantra for me making movies. I feel that I, like most of my films, to give the audience a sense of hope and a sense that it's going to get better, that life is really always going to get better.
A message that is desperately needed right now.
How important do you think it is for people to have a new Christmas movie like Christmas Chronicles 2 to turn to during these difficult times?
I would never be presumptuous enough to say, okay, this movie is, this is really going to help you throughout this pandemic. What it will do is help you forget for 2 hours. And that's what movies have always done.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.